Okay, I'm deliberately gonna make this to be one video. We're doing Florida Road. That's Durban Station. And then I think this is where they moved the eThekwini Community Church. We are next to City View Mall. That's the City View Mall. Alright. I think they must build housing which is similar to a new gate in Johannesburg in this space. Alright, I think that's what they need to do. I just want to show you. Okay, I want to show you a city view because basically for me, this is where I'm beginning the Florida Road tour. Okay, because I somehow think that it must link with basically this area. Alright, and it must be neat and safe to cross from the Durban station to this Florida Road area. We are already at, that's the City View Mall there, City View Mall. What I want to show is this, where it's written cash converters. We'll get there. And then these are open spaces. That's Durban station there, and all the ranks. And this is the City View Mall. That's the City View Mall. This, we're not entering inside. I want to speak about this. This is the club. It is one of the, I think it's the oldest club, Queen's Pub or something. Yeah, so when you come by the Durban rickshaw bus, you will be dropped behind this building, which is basically your Queen's Pub. All right, it's an 1800s pub where the British Queen or the British gentlemen's clubs came for clubbing to decide, or rather the future of our South Africa when they decided to take over the country, as defended by the ANC and IFP to do so in this era where in which we live. So now that's City View Mall. This is the Queen's Club or Queen's Pub. It's a protected heritage building about English history, the English colonial history. The Durban rickshaw bus parks here. It parks here. Alright, that's the post office, Postnet. And then this road goes to Grey Street Complex and Grey Street. When you go further, it's adjacent to Greyville. But the actual one which runs parallel to Greyville is next to that tree there. That's the one that runs next to Greyville. The Durban rickshaw bus, it drops us here, and then you enter the City View Mall. Basically, that's where you relax. But this was the pub in the 1890 or something like that, where British rulers basically came, assembled to take decisions about South Africa, as they are still in charge of this country, which is their factory. So when we are here, basically, there's Florida Road. Hence I'm saying, let's combine this part because it matters to combine this pub with Florida Road. Okay, so that's Florida Road beginning right there at that church. All right, so all of this is part of it. All right, so let's go to Florida Road. You must add this pub into Florida Road and this mall. That's another busy side of the city. We can call it station precinct. There are clubs and all the stuff when you go further. We're not here for that today. We're just here for Florida Road. This is how it is on this other side. We fill up there totally if you go to Johannesburg. And that's the City View Mall, as you can see now. And then, okay, these taxis never used to park here. It's long distance taxis as such. All right. Alright, so we're going up Florida Road, and then the Greyville Racecourse is right there. You see where you're seeing Durban Bowling Club? The Greyville Racecourse is right there. The grass of Durban this time is dry. Were they watering this grass? Because in the past it used to be basically very green, and it was solid. All right. I can't tell if this thing is video riding. Okay, it is video rising. Okay. All right. So we are doing Florida Road, which starts right around the corner, and I'm saying combining it with this, and I was saying that not aware that the taxis have decided to make this space to be iskala so geza taxi. It never used to be so. That's where City View ends, and then you go up this route, and then it becomes your Florida Road. Looks like a Rastafari area. This, if you look at this, I don't know what it is. Oh, it's a Church of the Ethiopians, because it's got colors of Ethiopia and Rastafari. I think it's the Church of the Ethiopians, and then this church is no longer operational, or it's under renovation. I'm seeing some scaffolding there. All right, this place has deteriorated. Reality is it was much cleaner and safer than what I am seeing today. All right, so it has fallen. A lot of street dwellers are staying here now. All right. So from what I'm seeing, the Ethiopians are buying that church and taking over. I don't want to lie. If God is replacing us Zulus with Ethiopians in this country, I have no qualms. Because I can see how foolish our Zulus and our Zulu leaders are. We're literally always happy to give white people our land, Indian people. I'd rather it is taken by Ethiopians. They are black Africans. Okay, we're still there. All right. Palace Lodge. Okay. Like I said, all of this is Florida Road. The rich guys up the street, you can see Clifton High School there. Oh, all right. So there's all these hotels, and it's very neat. It's very beautiful actually, especially when they are repainted and the likes. There was a hotel called the Concierge somewhere in this cluster. I don't know what happened to it. There's City View. All right, that's City View. That's Durban Station. That's City View. We've got the club, the Gentlemen's Club. All right, of the English, and this is Florida Road. This is Grayville Race Cross, where you're seeing those white barricades. All right, and then it's all the primary schools in this precinct called Lilian Goyi. But reality is, this is your Florida Road. This is another church. I don't know what was that church called there. We'll get the names. Here's another church here. This one is, it is an Anglican church. It's an Anglican church. So if this one is an Anglican, it's Grayville St. Mary's Anglican Church. Let's make an assumption that maybe that one is a Roman Catholic. Oh, it's a Methodist. Most probably it's the Methodist, which is being taken over maybe by the Ethiopians. All right. So, now look, just around the corner. This begins your Florida Road. That's Florida Road. That's City View. That's City View, the mall. That's Durban Station. That's Grayville Race Course. All of it. So I'm saying just continue what you're already doing here, and basically take it this side. All right, and then up to that Queen's Pub. All right. So let's do Florida Road then. Okay, here is the St. Mary's Church. Like I was saying, now that's the third church. It's still Anglican church, so I don't know. This is Anglican church. This is Anglican church. There's the Concierge there. It's a hotel. It's a very, very nice. I love the design of that hotel, but we're not going to these streets. It's very nice, believe me. All right, Florida Road. How? ngingathi nje ngiyawela izoloku zingiqhamukela ngakhona ukwela. See there, Durban Florida Road, Durban Florida Road, and that's the Durban station this side, and the City View Mall, that's Graver Race Course. You see right there, it is exactly right there. So your mall is supposed to be the City View Mall. So I need Itala Bank to do something about City View Mall. It is a decent mall, trust me, but I need them to do something more than that, to then bring the wealth of these people here to that mall, taking into the plan that Queen's Pub, which is protected by English trusts and the likes. All right, so we are on Florida Road. So that is why I started Florida Road from Durban station. I wanted to show you how close it is. Now all you need to do is to make this place to be safe to walk up to 12 midnight. All right, and you need to make our Zulu hawkers to be able to tap into this money that is brought right around the corner by all these wealthy people. You need to actually link. We need a link between the railway station and these riches. You need a link between our Zulu hawkers there and this railway station and Florida Road. You need to design it as per the proposals in the other videos. Thank you. Durban Florida Road. Look at this architecture. So that's basically where it officially begins at this point. At that beautiful cluster is the station precinct, and then we go to Florida Road. I don't know which side to walk because we want to see both sides. So Keba Beach, that's Ethiopian. All right. Immediately it speaks kebab. Huh? That's Ethiopian, isn't it? All right. Bin Nehari, Keba Beach. All right, originally Florida Road used to begin there across the robot. So it kept on adding and going this direction, which is correct, which is why it is now literally by the City View Mall. And okay, that's the other thing. You saw the churches there, né? And then now look, it's the Christian Science reading room. We know about the Christian Science, is it? All right, who's this celeb? But that we know, that we love, who's also a member of the Church of Scientology. All right, so that's the Church of Scientology. This is Florida Road has got the entire culture of KwaZulu-Natal except the Zulu, or rather the entire English culture of KwaZulu-Natal. What we need to add is Zulus, the modern Zulus, or rather modern Zulu culture. We need to add modern, or rather modern Indian culture. Now, you saw the Church of Scientology there, and then you have Concord Christian Guest House. Christians don't support, especially black Christians, they don't support Christian businesses. All right, they would be bored to come to a Christian guest house because we know with the kind of entertainment that Christians want when they're going out. All right, it's a very busy road going up Essenwood. Let's just say, I think it's the Essenwood Road. It separates Essenwood to the left, a very beautiful place with Morningside here on the right. This is Essenwood, this is Morningside. All right. And then down there is very large Mr. Price home towards Bongani Road, which is that road we were at by Durban Station. All right. Now we're entering the hardcore side of Florida Road. Just look at that white painted building, how beautiful that is. Jesus. Ah. Concord, we need to support our businesses as Christians. Now when you're here, you've got this hotel, Quarters, all right? Okay, it's still Essenwood, and that's Quarters Hotel. It is a very, it's a wealthy hotel, basically. It's a wealthy hotel, okay. All right, Essenwood is now called Sandile 2C, and then Florida Road is still called Florida Road, okay. So Corbin lights, they're selling beautiful designer lights, I guess. All right, and then you've got Quarters Hotel, which is or was a 4-star hotel, very, very wealthy, expensive. All right, not very, it is wealthy. All right, not very, let me cut out the very. It is expensive. I've never seen people who basically use this hotel coming out of it. So I've never seen, like, I see cars parked, but I don't see the people. I think I want to cross to the other side so that you see better. Okay, we're going up Florida Road. That's Florida Road as it appeared there. And then those would be the sister cities of Durban. And then that's the closest mall. Okay, yeah, that's Vandermeer. All right, because we are in Vandermeer. All right, these places confuse me because then there's Vandermeer, there's Morningside. We are in Morningside, but this is Vandermeer Center. It's a 4-star mall. It's very beautiful there. So I guess most people who come to Florida Road rather use Vandermeer Center. But like I showed you, City View is just down the road. And this is the Quarters Hotel construction site. So they are busy renovating there. Okay, I just wanted to show you. We'll cross over to the other side. Now look at churches off Florida Road. Look at this church. It's Olive Tree Church. Here, Christians do support their own church business because it runs a coffee shop and the likes. It has always been this beautiful ever since I got to know Florida Road. All right, so sister cities of Durban, and I will say it again, Durban has got nothing to do with Chicago. We've got everything to do with Miami. Thank you. But we know these crazy people who think wealth is what do you call it? Wealth is Dubai. Miami is very rich as well without being a concrete jungle. Thank you. How about that for the truth as well? Don't be driven by greedy white and Indian construction mafias. The ones you do not fight against. You only fight with Delang Okbon. Alright, there. Olive Tree Church. It's a church. Okay. Florida Road. I don't know. Okay, we're going to cross to the other side. Some lucky folk who are staying in apartments in Florida Road. Cabana, Let's okay, I think this is where it was called the Benjamin before. Looks like it has changed to another hotel. I want to show it from the other side. The scooter guys are all foreigners. I came here from a distance. Next chapter, next chapter. We're going to Kapelo. Then the mayor center, this direction. Okay, we also are accommodated. On the lower side of the economic scale, we do have our steers, fisheries, the usual fast food outlets that the rest of us buy from. The rest of us we economic scale. Alright, that's Kapelo. Many are on the lower side of the economic scale by choice, but most of us are not there by choice. I know sacrifices that we made as Zulus and Black South Africans to be prosperous. Our state of being is just full proof of the fact that the economy is white liberal and white colonialism controlled. It's got nothing to do with merit and hard work. It's got everything to do with keeping the white race at the top, the Asians as the supervisors, managers of that given economy, who become black when white people bribe the ANC to do so, and then as long as Zulus and Black South Africans are at the lowest level. That's the Roman Catholic Church. The blessing that I have in this matter about South Africa is this. Okay, it's a play area. There's also basketball courts there. Alright. It's streets that go to the side. Still going to SN Wood. This Catholic is St. Joseph's. A Catholic still on Florida Road. Alright, I think we're doing well. because my intention is not going above or beyond 40 minutes. Sorry for turning around too many times. Alright, so you can see, I mean, it's right in your face. There are no people who were born to be scooter drivers. So the white people are the ones who are deciding that such and such black nation will be scooter drivers. Alright, not they are dummy white people, no, just black people will be. Okay, let's cross over to the other side so that we see better. Not dummy white people, just black people will be scooter drivers. It's white people who make those decisions, and then they decide that okay, so scooter drivers are Congolese. When we go to work to the private sector, workshop workers were dumb white people, and they rate people's IQ. So the dumb ones, they made them to be workshop workers. Alright, so it is them who were welding and the likes, such that a black person who comes from a college wouldn't get a job as easy as a white dummy. Alright, so you'd come with these qualifications of theirs that they told you you must have to be employed, and then you get to the workplace, white people don't have those qualifications, and then when a black person arrives there, they make him to be under those dummy white people. And then the next thing, it is said that the black people do not have experience. Black South Africans don't have experience, but white people we study with, where do they get the experience from? Where do they? Because we study in the same institutions, and then suddenly all of them get absorbed into the workplace on the basis of which experience that they have themselves. All right. So they decide which black nation will be what. Their economy is owned by them. It's got nothing to do with hard work, merit whatsoever. It has got everything to do with whites first, Indians next, and then blacks are laborers. That's the design. And then what compounds the matter even further is our failures or the jealousy of other black nations to other blacks. So I need to cross over to the outside. I'm going past a very important building. Florida Road is still going up. We're going the whole route up. I just want to show this building here that we're next. It's a new edition. All right. I think it's now 5 years old or something like that. Okay, you've already counted 4 churches as well here on the streets. All of them are basically your European colonialism churches, whether it's the Roman Catholic, whether it's the Anglican Church, whether it's the Methodist Church, and then you've got the crazy guys called the Church of Scientology around the corner there. And then what's the next church? Oh, that's the next church that we're getting to. I don't know what it was originally, and then it is now called Insights. All right. "29 minutes. Okay, I'm doing fine. Okay, House of Caris on Florida. All right. Now, what you also see with everything that is happening is the indifference of successful black South Africans, the guys that we call black diamonds, basically. They couldn't give a damn about the state of this country. Okay, this one, I think it is Spanish in design. Yeah, Well, I know this building very well now. They've covered the writing. Now I forget the name thereof. Of that building. Okay. Alright, we're still here. This one is called Florida Square. Okay. Now that's the church inside church. You see, Sontangala, they are trendy, so you can see it's a hill going up. Alright, so because Morningside on the other side, the wealthy side of Morningside, the direction towards the presidency is on the hill. You can see how beautiful that building is. Alright, it's a very beautiful building. Hasieja or something like that. Forgot the name. So they've covered over it and you can't even see. It's Spanish design. Alright. This street, I read on the report of the vlogger on YouTube. He said it brings into the Durban municipality, it brings 3 billion per annum. Imagine. All right. So the decision, which has got nothing to do with merit as to who prospers, is seen always in these areas. As soon as you see foreigners being domestic workers only, or as soon as you see a decision that domestic workers will be ladies from Zimbabwe or Mozambique or Lesotho, you are seeing clear evidence of nothing being merit-based, but some people sitting in certain offices with black politicians to decide which blacks will work where. Meantime, their black nations are intact, unaffected. And then our politicians are saying, yes, ma'am. That's Essenwood. That street is very nice. We'll do it now when we do... no, I'm not doing Musgrave Road. No. If I'm doing Musgrave Road, I must come from the other direction, not from this angle. There. Okay, I was avoiding that lady and a gentleman. Alright, because I abantu basuke bentshontshana nakho konke lokho, so mabevele direct, maybe you can try and avoid that. You can only avoid so much, so at least I try to respect them. Alright, so this now is where Florida ends. It ends with 2 parks. Alright, that's where that guy Puti I met was videoizing the match. He said he works here. He said he will invite me and then I know why he hasn't invited me, because there is a project run by Cyril Ramaphosa against Zulus, in as gullible as we are. This apartment block is not old. Those ones that's already Musgrave Road. Very expensive to stay here. This one is like 3 years old. It's 3 years old. And then you get to these parks. There's Mitchell Park and the other park near Kotli Kamala. Yeah. It's Mitchell Park. And then it is, what's the other park? Alright. That's Musgrave Road up there. So let's go to Mitchell Park. I'm sure that's where we will end this video. The Durban rickshaw bus also comes this direction. The Durban rickshaw bus also, the people mover. No, people mover doesn't come this side. So it's Durban rickshaw bus, and then you also have. Or maybe let's go up here. All right. There's two parks here. It's not Mitchell Park only. I'm always forgetting the name of the other park. You know, Durban was well designed. And the likes. Alright. So that's park number 1, and that's park number 2. That park has got a mini zoo. Alright, that's where there was the oldest tortoise, which was more than 120 years. I think that was 2010. I think it's dead now. Alright, and that's Florida Road. Florida Road. That's Musgrave Road. We will do Musgrave Road another time. We'll start from the other direction. I'm not here to do I'm not here to do Musgrave Road. I just want us to check this park first. Okay, if you are a black South African male, you will always be accompanied by these security guards from the bottom to the top. Not black foreigners, just the guard is Zulu males. So the profile of a thug in South Africa is a Zulu male. Illegal immigrant is a safe person. He's not a criminal. That's how it is. It was decided by whites of Tamintuli. Why is it closed? It looks like it's closed. Nati Mitchell Park is closed. I don't know why. Okay, we'll see. Okay, this is called Jameson Park. Alright, Jameson Park. Alright. Okay, you saw how bright those flowers are, ne? The whole park was very beautiful. So that's Florida Road, that's Musgrave Road, and then you go now, that's the Hewlett's house up there. The red bricks up the hill, that's the Hewlett's house, the magnate of the sugar industry, the British colonialists, so the owners of South Africa. It looks like, what is this park? There was Mitchell Park. It looks like Mitchell Park is closed. That's very strange. Why would it be closed? I don't usually come to this one. This one was mainly about this display of bright, beautiful colors, you know, or flowers per se. So I don't know, like, and then it was too steep also to rather come and say you come in to relax. Whereas Mitchell Park is down there, under those trees. Okay, so I don't know, like, okay, I've never really actually even entered this park because it was not suitable for my purposes of being here. Mitchell Park is best to be at. As you can see, it's a lot of trees. So if you're coming to this one, you can see it's naked. You're sitting directly in the sun. All right. Okay, so those are the rich guys. So you can see how massive that mansion is. That's where Hewlett's, the sugar magnate, stayed before 1950. He's also the owner of the mansion in Stanger, Kesney Manor. He's also the founder of Kesney College. All right, that's the guy. That's English colonialism. So all the English heritage is protected. Homes which are on that side are very wealthy, and then the president of South Africa sits very close by. So that also tells you the wealthy colonialist merchants are right there, and the president of South Africa is up there. That's the story. Nothing is hidden. It's basically on plain sight. Okay, that's the story about Florida Road as such. Let's do this part. I just want to go and do Curry Road, and then from how it looks I can go back and swim again today, and that will basically complete my day, unless I can still do Victoria Embankment. All right, there's a lot of houses up this hill of wealthy guys of old. My tour guiding is not about the rich guys of these areas. I was just showing Florida Road for today. Okay, as you can see, Jameson Park, the standard thereof has dropped, say, by 40%. All right, from what it used to be. You can see in all the parks, you'll see this brick and that roof tile everywhere you go. All right, so that's how it is. All right, you can see there was waterworks there, so the rich guys would basically sit and enjoy Durban down the hill, because that's the sea that you're seeing there. That's the sea. So you'll be sitting here watching the sea downside, and your businesses and the Zulu people that you own, who have got your Zulu police, your Zulu politicians as your security guards to protect you whilst you are looting their own country. And their joy is in being the favorite blacks. All right, guarding their problematic blacks, the legacy of Taminduli, who has returned us to 1880 and negated all progress that we ever made. So check how beautiful this park was. It's no more. This is death. Okay, put you to uyasebenzela la. Alright, so that's the question. Ask Ramaphosa. Because there's a lot that I am reading in everything that is happening, the placement of people, and in KZN from a particular province and the likes as well. You can see what the agenda is. And then, since the Zulus have got no leader, and even we who wish to save the Zulu people are not given the ability to do so by God, then there's nothing we can do. Because it is God who created and formed nations. So if God has decided which is Zulus are a problem, and the nation that must be gotten rid of, praise be to his name, because the pain and the suffering that is facing the Zulu people and has happened for so many years is only facing us and no other nation. They even import other people to replace us because they don't want us. And then, but we are in the space that got allotted us as our land. We never took anybody's land. And then we are hated for being in our space as well. So it's not the hatred is against the existence of the Zulu people. That's basically all it is. I wish to close off the video because I've got these beautiful views that I could be taking pictures of. But reality is that I need to include Mitchell Park in the video. Alright. Okay, that's Mitchell Park. You can see which it is closed, so it's gonna be pointless to even try and go there. It is closed. That's Mitchell Park. That's where I'm supposed to close the video. There at Mitchell Park, the barn, all and the likes. Okay, so we couldn't go to Mitchell Park. It is closed. I don't know why it is closed. Or maybe it's not closed. Why is that gate seemingly opened? Ah, it's not closed. Oh, the gate is open. Okay, let me go there. It's not closed. They obviously had a Christmas tree here. Alright, so it was beautiful. Christmas. Musgrave Road. The rich guys. This is Essen Wood that we are seeing across. We are still at Morningside. This side is Morningside. Alright. Both sides are very wealthy, but Morningside has got huge mansions. There it's written Musgrave Road, and then we're going to Mitchell Park this side. Right. Let's see this side. Okay, this is how this park would have been in its olden days. That flowers would be sparkling like that. Alright. Alright. Actually, the Durban city used to be like that at most. Alright. That's the last portion of restaurants in this area. Alright. The rich guys that side. Still the rich guys this side. Alright. Okay, so it is open. I saw this gate and I thought it is closed. So check this one, it is open. If I hadn't stood there, I wouldn't have realized that it's open. So there's no sign which is saying no entry. Alright, we are at Mitchell Park now. There's a tennis club. That's Jameson Park. We are in Mitchell Park. And then a commemoration. We did Mitchell Park last year, January, so I don't want to videoize it too much. But just to complete Florida Road with a bang, because this is where Florida Road ends. You start at Durban Station and it ends here. Alright. So that will be Mitchell Park. Mitchell Park. There's a beautiful restaurant there. They were renovating it last year. I hope they have reopened it. The zoo is at the end there. You see, it looks like a botanic gardens, of course. And here, okay, I was showing you the presidential residence, the Hewlett's house. You can see it uphill there with the flag. That's Hewlett's house. Now look at the universal prayer. You see, be kind and compassionate. King Goodwill, a leader of all seasons. What has my monarchs been leading? It's like they are being done a favor. Alright, just praise their name and make as if you are respecting them, and that is it. And then you leave their people poor and blocked from too much access to the wealth to maintain your colonial economics, and then everything is fine if you've called them by name. This is the system which is destroying the Zulu kingdom and black South Africans. There's the obelisk which you always find in New World Order structures and systems. Alright, and then it always has got to be including such as be good, do good. There's a lot of Indian religions. The what? The Mahatma Gandhi effect. Alright, thereof. Be good. This be good, do good is actually directed at Zulus by the British. The Indians meant well with that, but they have been used to emasculate Zulus with these statements that Prince Mangosuthu Buthelezi believed in. Seek, find, enter, rest in God. You see what religion is being promoted here. It's a universal religion. It tells you universal prayer. It doesn't hide what the purpose is. So this is the altar of Freemasons. Thank you. That's the altar of Freemasonry. That's the New World Order. That's the one world religion. That's the one world political system of the Antichrist. And they're using my Zulu people and then Mandela factor to achieve that evil. Since as well it is South Africa that is being used to promote this deception, whilst blowing out of proportion what apartheid did. They basically blew the apartheid story out of proportion exactly to achieve the New World Order, one world government system, portraying us as if bloodied victims of the Boere, and this was done by the English. All right. Unfortunately, the Boere did not help to protect themselves from the intentions of the colonialists who were scapegoating them, because they, as the Boere, are just racists. They are just racists who don't appreciate partners that they are supposed to be adjoined with in this common quest to defend our nations, our sovereignty as people. Boere left Europe because they were running away from whites who followed them to South Africa. Boere came here to become settlers. I detest the racism of Boere because it made them to be utilized and scapegoated into the intents of the New World Order, because their racism and apartheid laws, which were not founded by them per se. Alright, because you see a lot of segregation, racial segregation, under the British even before. That is why Amawasha were chased away from the town, so that the Zulus don't make too much wealth, which is a threat to colonialists, because Zulus are guarded not to have too much wealth. They only allow a certain number of Zulus to have wealth, and then they say the rest of us are lazy or have got no talent. A dumb white person is 100 times more talented, according to them, than a high IQ Zulu, says the white economy that runs South Africa, which Helen Zille calls merit. And then merit is her mother, because you can't see that merit where in what the DA is doing in the Western Cape either. Where is that merit? So when you come into the zoo, you enter through here, so you pay. It's not for free. Zoo, it's open from 9 until 3 p.m. Alright, and the gates closes at 4. I think there are other gates there. So that's basically where the zoo is. That's the zoo. We're not coming to the zoo. That's the zoo behind. Okay, that's Mitchell Park, as you can see. Alright, it was very beautiful with these flowers with these flowers, as it was with Durban at large, because it had very beautiful flowers even in the city center. That park that is by the city hall was just as beautiful, just so that we know. Okay, that's the zoo behind. It's large enough. It's large enough. But it's not a big zoo. It's just where the elites kept the domestic friendly wild animals close to their homes, like the tortoises. Alright, so this is where we close off the Florida Road tour. Okay, I don't know how much space I still have to be able to do a Kari Road. I don't know, but this is where it closes. Sikadile, Siyabonga, or Hallelujah, or Amen. Ngathi le lento zila restaurant, Blue restaurant, ngathi ayikavulwa. Ngangibona last year kungathi baya renovate, So we'll ask. I'll just ask from here. It's not open. Still closed since 2020. It has never been reopened. That's the other entrance. All right, this is it. Look at that. And as we close Florida Road. Thank you. Or should I stand there? Let me stand there at the exit. And then we do Karo Road and then I go back home because I don't have much space. In Florida Road. Then that's it. Mitchell Park, Nampagetina, and the Mitchell Park Zoo. That's how you enter from this side. It's a road this side. Mitchell Park Centenary Gate. It was built in 1894. And then that's Jameson Park, the other side. Ta-da-da, ta-da-da. And that is it. Okay.